Things I do to annoy my wife. Howdy y'all, it's Johnny. Welcome back guys. Aside from all the weird noises that come from my mouth or other body parts, there are some things that kinda sorta annoys my wife. You know, when you get closer to someone, you might start taking things for granted. Maybe you tease or joke around. It's all fun and games. But sometimes I take it a little too far, and that's when my wife gets annoyed. And let's be honest here, I'm not as mature as I seem.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. Now when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get...
Anyways, here are a few things written down on an approved list my wife agreed to. Just so you know, I'm not making things up. Number 1. I taught my wife how to drive. She didn't have much chance to practice, but it was a miracle she passed the driving test. The instructor was so upset, not because she did something wrong, but she was driving too slow. Because she was driving too slow. Not because she did something wrong. Okay. I mean, I was at the DPS parking lot and I saw a car far in the distance. I remember thinking at the moment, I thought that was our car, and I was right when it actually pulled in after 10 freaking minutes. I swear, after 5 minutes, the car didn't seem like it was moving. It was like time froze for 10 minutes. Oh my god, so slow. Yeah, so she hates that every time I bring that up, but I also have to mention when she parks. It's never straight into the garage. Every time we go out, I ask, who parks like that? Is there an angle to this garage that I don't see? I mean, look at the gap. Look at the gap difference. I never taught her how to park like that, okay? So yeah. Number 2. I snooze the clock in the morning for about 30 minutes. Sometimes even 1 hour in worst cases. I sleep about 7 hours most nights though, so I don't know why I keep snoozing. Well, my wife keeps telling me to turn it off. She tells me every 5 minutes because I set the clock to go off every 5 minutes. She gets annoyed for sure, but what can I do? I even tried to set my clock later in the morning, but that just made it worse. Sometimes I don't even hear it. I ended up missing the alarm clock and it auto-turned off on me. I mean, the alarm just keeps going on and off until my wife almost yells at me. This happens almost every day. I'm not the only one that has a snoozing addiction. My wife is equally, if not worse than me. Number 3. Every time my wife attempts to make soup, it's almost never salty enough for me. So I always add a lot of soy sauce, which takes away the original soup flavor. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate her cooking and stuff, but it's just not salty enough for me, you know? Yeah, so she thinks I'm ridiculous. Sorry. Number 4. I'll ask my wife for her opinion about some house stuff, you know, architecture stuff. Now she's pretty practical. Anything will pretty much work for her. She's not that picky, not pickier than me I guess. She's not so into looking at details and relating elements. I guess being in the architectural profession, like forever, I have an eye for things. Like when I see things that are off-centered or not plumb, she can't see that kind of stuff. Like the time when I was renovating the kitchen lighting. I made many study models, layouts, light fixture studies, fixture sizes, is it recessed or ceiling mounted or hung?
Like what was the color temperature? Is it warm lighting? Is it cool lighting? How many lumens? Or how bright it was? The cost per fixture?
What kind of switches? Like what kind of switches should I get? Like a 3-way switch with a dimmer or not?
Damn, I know she doesn't care about all this crap, but if my wife is going to live in this house, she needs to enjoy the space too. Am I right? So finally she just said, do this one. And then I was like, this one? The lighting layout doesn't really look centered, and it causes a reflection off of the fridge and the cabinets and blah 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 blah. That's pretty much what she hears. She complains to me she doesn't know this stuff, and to make up my mind. She said if I never mentioned it, she would have never noticed. Oh well, what can you do? So I finally got it done and she's like, "Thank the Lord! Alright, finally!" And number 5. When we go shopping, we usually know what we want to get. Wait a second. I guess what I really mean is I know what we need to get, so it's usually in and out of the store in one round when we go shopping. So my wife enjoys walking around browsing everything, even though we shop there every week, taking her time, checking out things, what's new and what's interesting. I mean, if there's even a slight discount on something, that's like another 5 or 10 minutes of extra shopping, because she wants to check it out and see what it's all about. How to make this not sound like I'm a jerk? It takes forever. It's a shopping marathon every time we shop. But you know the annoying kid in the car that asks like 1,000 times, "Are we there yet? When are we gonna get there? Are we there yet?" Well, I'm that annoying kid. Are we done yet? Can we go yet? This is all we need, right? What else do we need? Are we done here? Are we finished yet? I'm hungry. So yeah. So, things that I do that annoy my wife. Yeah, these are only a few things. There's definitely more. Am I a typical husband? Let me know what you guys think. Does your husband treat you the same? Can he be a little annoying sometimes? Maybe it's the other way around. Does your wife treat you this way? Is she sometimes annoying?
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. Now when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get